Greetings and salutations, friend. Welcome. I am Jeremy Tank, and today I'm going to share with you the 3 steps to turn on your story powered business machine. Storytelling is an ancient and really super powerful way to connect with your ideal customers. So, today we're going to jump into the 3 steps to turn on your story powered machine and really leverage the power of storytelling to help you build, launch, or grow your business. So the first thing I really have to share is that before the pandemic, before COVID, this whole process was used with lots of different local businesses, lots of different online businesses, and with groups between 3 and 15 people to help them create stories that motivate, to create stories that motivate their customers, their audience, to interact, to post, to share. And that's really the point of a story. We want it to invite people into what you do in a way that makes them go, yes, I want to participate in that. I want to be part of that tribe and part of that community. That's what we're really looking for here. So, first of all, who is this for? Really, this is for business owners and thought leaders. But that could be entrepreneurs, you could be a consultant, you could be freelancers, pretty much anybody that needs like a brand story, a story that has to do with what you are building and how you want to be seen in the world. Maybe that's a project like a brochure, a website, a logo. Maybe that's a marketing plan. You're laying out your entire plan for the next year and you're like, I want to share this story over and over again so that the public hears it again and starts to really embody it in their mind with who I am and how I am approaching the world. And maybe that ends up turning into a campaign that is not just in one space, but all across your media and all across your brochures and website, right? And the thing about that is that you have an idea about what you want because you're you. You are the master of your business. You are the one who knows the ins and outs of it. But the problem is you may not know how to start or where to start to craft this story in a way that people need to know it. And really, you need the results to be well received. So you need to kind of match up and align how you're telling the story and who you're telling the story to in a way that all of your marketing, all of your campaigns, all of your projects all point to it being well received, which grows your business. And what helps that is just a little bit of creative flair because creative flair creates attention. Creative flair is all about standing out against what's already out there and really popping you out of the crowd so that you get the attention. Because attention grows attraction for your business. And without this attention, there really is no business, right? So creating this brand story is really about getting you attention and doing it in a way that you are authentic, you are real, and you look good. This whole story creates a vision around who you are and how you help other people in a way that makes you look good, that brings you more business, and that gets attention. And this is the secret that $500 million, that's $500 million, by the way, 500 million, $500 million businesses use this to connect with their community. And I'm talking, Apple, Nike, Visa, MasterCard, lots of places that have to do, Ford, anything that has to do with large sums of money, they're using stories to really sell their products and connect their community. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. There's a few questions we need to ask first of all to see if this is the right sort of solution for you. Because without knowing if it's right, what are we going to do, right? So the first part to turn on your story powered machine is, are you failing to attract and connect with customers? And I'm not saying one off here or one off there. I'm talking repeatedly. All right, do you have something in place that is drawing people in? Do you tell the same story to your customers over and over again? Are they familiar with how you started your business, how things are going, how they can participate in your community? Next, did your business plateau or shrink? Ooh, that's a tough one because we have a hard time sort of admitting that to ourselves sometimes. Did our business plateau or shrink? And it's really important because this is part of looking at the numbers, looking really through reason and objectivity to say, is something going well or do I need to refine the process? Do I need to learn and grow? Next is, when the pandemic hit, it changed business, it changed marketing, it changed how people interacted with one another. And part of the things that happened is about 3 million businesses went online suddenly. And people who'd never really faced competition before were suffering from incredible amounts of competition. So they really needed to stand out and start doing something different. And the problem is, once one person starts doing something different, the whole crowd starts doing something different. So if you are looking at this and going, yeah, I understand that. I'm facing those sort of things, then this process is going to be really good for you. So let me just jump back and tell you who I am and why I'm sharing this. My name is Jeremy Tank. I have a lifelong pursuit to help others through my talents, and I am a multi-talented person. I started teaching myself to draw when I was 8. And I mean like really professionally draw. I started studying animation when I was 9. I went to 2 different fine art high schools studying painting, drawing, sculpture, wood carving, pottery, you name it. And I graduated as valedictorian. I actually designed and printed the yearbook for my school, and that's what got me valedictorian. I studied design in college and graduated with the best portfolio. And then almost immediately, I worked in advertising as art director for about 6 years. And then I worked in the pharmaceutical world as a senior designer, working on brands for a pharmaceutical company like Restylane and Dysport, Triaz, Solidyne. Those are dermatologic and aesthetic sort of brands. So it was really interesting to learn that field. And then I went to enterprise software as a company's senior engineer. And that was like, okay, how do we help design the interface? How do we help design the story around the package so that other people know how to use the packaging, how to open the packaging, how to install the software? There's lots of things that actually go into it. That is a lot of thinking about telling the story so that people intrinsically, automatically, easily understand it. And then in 2017, I went back to school and I got my master's degree in design, and then I graduated valedictorian again. Now, why am I sharing this with you? Well, because over the last 25 years, I have written and designed ads, flyers, tickets, posters, billboards, websites, funnels, videos, banners, electronics, trade show booths, commercials, business cards, and so many logos I've lost count. In the same time, I taught myself everything I could about photography, lighting, videography, sound editing, and video editing, acting, improv, all sorts of things to really up my skills and get myself out in the world. And then in 2021, in the middle of the pandemic, I became certified as a rapid transformation therapy hypnotherapist and a magnetic mind coach to really figure out how the mind understands our experiences of life. And that understanding allows me to inspire the right solutions at the right time to the right people and then guide them to a strategically ideal outcome. It is something that is aligned with what you want and how you want to get there. And it just allows me to follow the stepping stones that is your life to get where we want to go. And all of that really helped me understand that storytelling is really just this collection of words and pictures that we use to influence ourself and others. So let's jump back into this. If we're failing to attract and connect with customers, the first thing we really need to do is get clear about our ideal audience. Because our ideal audience is not everybody. And cutting out the ones who don't care about what we want, who aren't interested in working with us, is an important step to honing our skills and our focus. Speaking of focus, if the business has some troubles, it's not quite stable, or we're not measuring and doing things that really drive action, that's what we're going to focus on next. Is we're going to focus on tasks that drive action, because action creates results that we can measure and correct or fix, learn from, and grow, right? It's an important part of this. And then the last piece is when we're suffering with increasing competition, and that hurts because we really inside, we don't feel like we are valuable even to the customers we already used to have, because they're going to go to somebody else if somebody else looks cheaper, if there's nothing distinguishing us from what somebody else does. And that's why we're going to use story to grab attention, because by telling our story, we can hone who we are and share it in a way that is different and unique and really helps us stand out against anybody else. That is the ultimate cure for the commodity market, where in a commodity market, people just go for the cheapest thing. And so by using stories about who we are and what we're doing, we stand out from that competition. Now, each of these break down into three different sections, and that is what my program is all about. So, if you hear these things and you're like, wow, this sounds really fantastic, then stay till the end because then I'm going to tell you a little bit about my program. So the first thing about your ideal audience is we got to define who they are, and this is pretty typical. I feel like every coach and every web designer, every marketer out there is like, "Tell me who your audience is," and you sit there and you think about the demographics, right? It's men or it's women, and it's between 35 and 50, and they're in like I don't know, North America. But I like to go a little bit deeper than this. I like to really find out who they are in terms of um, what they enjoy about life, and um, let's just jump onto it. Discover what they like. What do they like? What other things are influencing them? Do they read a certain website? Do they read newspapers still? Do they find newspapers? What kind of clothes do they wear? What other brands do they love? What kind of car do they drive? That tells us a lot about who they see themselves as, and, you know, really how they see the world. That's the last piece, how they see the world. And I like to rank this on a style of archetypes. There are 12 different archetypes that reveal, when we how people see the world. And when we combine how they see the world with what they like and who they are as a demographic and psychographic, we create a really three-dimensional picture about our ideal audience that tells us how we can present your story to them in a way that makes a difference and connects you to them. The next step is we're going to focus on the tasks that drive action. And the first thing we're going to do is establish how money is made. I can't tell you how many times I talk with business owners who come to me and say, I need a logo, I need a website, I need business cards, I need a book cover, I need menus, I need all these different things. And I'm like, okay, that's great. How is that affecting how your money is made? Show me what you've got already and how this little piece is going to make you more money. When we start thinking about how money is made, then we can make sure that the tasks that we have, the things that we create, the ways that we tell your story in all the different places it's told, whether it's online or in print or business cards, it doesn't matter as long as it is supporting how money is made. Next, we need to decide where to be. And that's part of going back to the ideal audience, discover what they like and how they see the world. Because people who like certain things are going to be certain places, either online or in the real world. And when they see the world a certain way, they're going to go to certain websites that support how they see the world, right? And the last part of it is to create systems, because you shouldn't have to work harder to keep making the money that is part of your business, right? To keep talking to these people. So as we create systems, we're going to have it so that people are automatically drawn into your business through your story in a way that they want to work with you, so that you don't have to work harder, so that they come to you. Next, we're going to jump on to use story to grab attention, right? We're going to get rid of that competition. And first, we need to define the goal of the story. Now, this goes right along with establish how money is made, right? What is the point of all of this? It's to keep you in business, to help your business grow, and making sure that everything you do and every way that you tell your story goes towards this goal. Connecting with people, supporting people, making sure your service is helping them be the best they can be, and in return, they offer you money. That is a fair exchange. Next, we're going to uncover feeling words, because stories are driven by feeling words. Hurt. I jump in there with hurt. Like so many people, when they're trying to solve problems, they feel hurt, they feel down, they feel angry, they feel fearful. And uncovering these feeling words of how people feel help us tell a story in a way that is more relevant to them. And then we can help them feel the joy, the excitement, the overwhelming ta-da when they finally get to the solution, right? And then next, we go ahead and apply this framework that I have. I have a couple different frameworks, and we're going to find the one that is right for you to tell your story, taking all of this information together in a way that is the most powerful way to connect with your audience. So that is it. That is the three different ways to leverage the power of storytelling to build, launch, or grow your business. The first is get clear about your ideal audience, and I mean crystal clear. The second, define tasks that drive action, because action creates results, and results you can measure, tweak, and improve. And third, create a story that grabs attention. There is so much competition in every field out there. There is no niche that is, oh, that gets away with simply being. Every field is so crowded these days, so you have to create a story that grabs attention by being unique. And my program is all about this. It's turn on your story powered business machine with 60 days to my power story. And what we do is we sit down and we do these exercises that get clear on all of these things, and then you get your power story. So if this is something that interests you, there's a button down below that says free consultation. Just go ahead and click that button and schedule it, and I will look forward to talking to you. Thank you so much.